Okay, so I think
You went out and came back in?
what?
You went to Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. I went in for the day, and then I came back.
Keep it up, man.
I'm heading out. I'm
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Have him on your podcast. Let me just ask you about the Home Office revoking your visa.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs that the Labor government did such an undemocratic thing. But I guess that's the state of the world now. That's the state of liberal democracy now. I didn't have a problem going into the country under Tory leadership, which, clearly I'm at bigger odds with.
They've said that your presence in the UK wouldn't be conducive to the public good. Do you think that would harm the last days?
No. No, I don't think so.
Put off some voters?
No, I don't think so. The overwhelming majority of the Western world, I think, recognizes that what Israel is doing is a genocide. I think the media is now playing catch-up at this point, but for the most part, the people are pretty united on this issue. And no matter how hard governments move in the direction of repression, you can't really hide from it. You can't really hide from the shame either. So, it's a setback, it's a hurdle, it's a real shame as well, especially considering that. I mean, I personally thought the UK was a bastion of liberal democracy, that these values like freedom of expression were values that especially the Labour government would be committed to. Hopefully there will be some attitude shifts happening with Burnham. I'm not.
Committed to those values, but it says that
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah, I don't.
Those values.
I have not been in there.
Yeah, I think, of course the government is going to say that. They're not going to be like, yeah, we hate free speech now, but were they really committed to it with the pensioners that they arrested for the Palestine action protests that were taking place? I don't think so. I think that was a significant mode of repression from a government that recognizes that they are out of step with the needs of their voters, with the needs of the masses that recognize that Israel is committing a genocide, and the masses that demand a change from their government. That is the fundamental of liberal democracy, something that I believe in, something that I'm fighting for here in the United States of America, as the Trump administration is putting democracy in the crosshairs. And it is a real shame to see that exact same mechanism of repression get repeated in a country like the United Kingdom.
Something the government will deny, obviously, the United Kingdom.
Of course it's going to deny it. They're not going to say they're fascist. They're not.
Apply to go again now that Andy Burnham is in
Yes, of course. And there's, we're in works. There were a bunch of different conferences that I was supposed to take part in that I had to take part in digitally. Now, in the age of the internet, it is also additionally silly to try to restrict movement in this regard. But I think it was more so a message. It was a message to everybody else that to think twice before they speak out against Israel and against the UK's relationship with Israel, against the United States' relationship with Israel. It's very frustrating, and it also has an additional compounding effect in terms of growing anti-Semitism. Not only is this false association of Zionism and Judaism very harmful for Jews living in the Western world, and it's something that I actually ironically warned about the last time I was in the UK when I spoke at the Oxford Union, which is what I was supposed to do this time as well before I got banned. It's also very harmful for democracy in general. We should not feel comfortable about our governments taking action like this. I'm not. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. It's something that I oppose. Anti-Semitism is something that I fought back against. It is the canary in the coal mine of fascism. It's completely unacceptable. I'm an anti-fascist. I'm uncompromising on those values. I will always fight back against anti-Semitism as well. The fear can sometimes be very valid, and sometimes I think the fear steps into the territory of defending the nation state of Israel and its actions. I think people are people, countries are countries. I criticize Saudi Arabia vehemently. No, of course not. And I do think that there is a legitimate reason for it as well. I think there is it's not a secret that anti-Semitism has historically exploded in times of Israel's sieges in Gaza, and this time being the most consequential one, the most violent one, has also led to an increase in anti-Semitism. We believe that is partially born out of this false association between Judaism and Zionism, a false association between the nation state of Israel and Jews living in the Western world, Jews all around the world. We oppose that, and we will continue fighting back against that, no matter what people say.
No, it's correct.
Many younger voters, especially, are feeling the issues tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not a secret. I think this race, as well as many other races that I've played somewhat of a role in, I had the honor to work alongside some of these wonderful candidates. This insurgent movement that's growing in this country has proven time and time again that it's not just about Israel, but a litany of different issues as well. It's about corporatism. For some, it's about capitalism. But for many, it's about corruption and a lack of interest from our politicians to address some of these economic pains that people are experiencing. I mean, after all, this is exactly what Donald Trump ran on as well. He said he was going to fix the prices, and yet prices remain quite high. There's a real affordability crisis in this country. He said he was going to run on a peace ticket, that he was going to be the peace president, and yet he has started countless wars and only continues to leave the world in a state of disarray. A lot of people are very frustrated by that. It's not just the Democrats either. There are a lot of independents who are frustrated by this too, and there are a lot of Republicans who are frustrated by this too. And I think it's fine for DC to be bubbled in and to be completely out of step with the needs of the masses, at least for the time being, because this is a real opportunity for campaigns such as this one, such as Abdul's, such as Meilak Kiros, Chris Rabb, many people who are here right now, Donovan McKinney, who's running tomorrow as well in the primary, to really shine, to show that there is an alternative perspective out there, one that centers the needs of the working class rather than corporate interests. Because for far too long, that's been the only game in town. But we're coming.
Are there parallels with how the working classes are feeling in Britain, but they're turning to the populist right and not the left? Why do you think that is?
That is an exact parallel that I warned about when Keir Starmer won his race. That was my biggest warning to the British fans that I have, that if Keir Starmer does not overturn years and years of Tory-backed austerity measures, that the populist right was going to continue growing and become a force that the left, the institutional left, could not even fight back against. And I'm afraid that's exactly where we're at. However, at least with the Green Party, there is a little bit of excitement where the base can turn to a functional party that will represent their needs, that will represent a significant significant pushback against the growth of fascism in the UK, whether it be reform or even restore Britain. Including restore Britain and its unholy allegiance with the likes of Elon Musk. Of course, no problem. All right, I have to go. I'm sorry, guys. All right, well, let's get out of here before.
Two quick questions. Super quick. Super quick. Okay. Let me just try.
Prem, save me. Save me.
Mr. Piker is unavailable for questions now.
Yeah, this is. It's my Zateo bodyguard.
I'm his ambassador.
Yeah.
So just, the only question I want to ask you
What's it? What outlet are you?
reveal. So I'm working on a story about Israel's role in terms of like the divide on Democrats and Republicans.
Okay.
I actually want to pick your brain about like how you're understanding how this is impacting young Republicans. The issue of Israel and Iran.
I mean, there's a lot of young Republicans who are also frustrated. I don't know how much of that is genuine and how much of that is born out of anti-Semitic tendencies. I suspect there's a good deal of both. But ultimately, this is a bipartisan problem. This is a bipartisan problem, and neither party's elites are actually choosing to solve it. But the reality is Democrats are the only opportunity, as we've seen so far with the Thomas Massie defeat in the primaries, Democrats are the only opportunity in this country to critically examine and re-examine our relationship with Israel.
How would you describe these primaries when it comes to the issue of Israel?
I think
You've been to a lot of these races.
Yes, these primaries are an expression of democracy. democracy, and of course Israel is a fairly important issue for a lot of voters in the Democratic Party, and this is their way of expressing their discontent with the way that the party has handled this issue of genocide that started and continued under the Biden administration.
I told you 2 questions here.
All right.
Vincent's about to beat us, man.
Okay, we gotta go.
I'll give it to you. Thank you.
Where are we going? We're going back. Okay. We have, well, yeah, but I mean, we have probably 10 minutes of battery life, so we need to do end the show. Really.
Just reach out to my team. I'll give you guys contact.
Is that the comment after that?
Yeah.
What?
Soon. Talk to you about scheduling for tomorrow. We don't have much time left of the shoot on heads up.
Okay, you know what? Let's just end the stream right here, actually. Chatters. What a fucking wonderful experience this was. I hope you guys I hope you guys understand the unprecedented inside access that you get to these sorts of campaigns. Like, this is not normal, and it's for everybody who tunes in, really. But I hope you guys appreciate it, because this is like a fairly unique behind-the-scenes experience that you get to have on a fairly important, nationally, if not internationally significant race, and you can see with the excitement from the press, and hopefully you can feel it at home. But I love you guys. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm going to have a lot more desktop time tomorrow. Do not worry. We have a fairly clear schedule tomorrow, so I'll do a lot of news coverage. And